They've still got one more map to go, 3D Max. So underwhelming in that first one, I think they can only really go up from this point. So I'm sure they're bouncing back. I'm sure there'll be a more competitive game here. They've shook off the nerves now and should be looking to cause some damage on Ancient. Where they'll start is yet to be seen, but it's down to that CT aggression I'm predicting from the likes of Into the Breach here, and they'll be opting to start on the CT side 3D Max. So here we go. A very important pistol. Can they set themselves up on the right foot as all 5 players Into the Breach head toward the B bomb side? They've got double smokes and a Molotov. So you're assuming smoking long and short, Molotov towards the bomb side pillar, but they need to fend off the CT aggression. They're doing a great job so far as Masuta finds the opening kill.
Rallen tagged very low. Good headshot from Haji. He was missing on the opening map, so by all means, get him fired up here. We know he's got a lot more to offer, so it'd be cool to see him crack a couple of skulls at the start of this one of the pistol, but he's getting tagged up himself and he's starting to feel a bit uncomfortable. It's not a 4 versus 4, but some real damage being dished out here towards the T side. We'll see how much that's going to slow them down. You could see Rowland's going to be setting up a smoke. It's going to be another couple of grenades landing on over, so yeah, they'll smoke either side of the huge box there. Nicely done, flashed completely, but still able to get the headshot on Thomas somehow. 3 versus 4, and they're pushing right in. Djoko's not letting them even step onto the bomb site. 3 kills for him. That was decisive.
Well, there we have it. 3D Max giving them a taste of their own medicine with the aggression towards the upper ledge area of middle. And they managed to get Djoko a nice hat to close things out as well, denying the plant opportunity. So that means you would assume it's Glock's coming up next, unless they go for a Hail Mary and go for the Tech-9s and Kevlar with basic utility. For now, though, a moment's respite, as we do have a technical pause, a chance to catch their breath. There's Masuta just having a sip. They had a very good performance on the first map of Inferno. Looked very confident, playing with a lot of aggression.
I was going to bring this up because when I think of Masuta, I think he's obviously a newcomer to the team now. When I think of him as an aggressive player. I think of him as someone who throughout his career has had to really sort of carry from the front in a lot of ways. So I'm sure it's quite nice for him to be playing in this way and being told, you know what, let's go and find some early kills. Let's look for something. I think that's how Masuta wants to play. Don't know if it's always served him the best in his career. I think on some teams in the past, it maybe would have been better to learn a different style, but I think right now it's actually going to be a benefit.
Well, Djoko, if you keep that style up, headshotting and such, you might be onto something. As we do see the force buy. I didn't think I'd see this one being presented so early, but you can see they've taken a bit of a risk here, Anders. They've got just the USP for Maka. He's saving up for the AWP. Could cost them the round, but we'll see whether they can convert this one. It's looking very good. Djoko with yet another hat-trick here, back-to-back. This force buy has done absolutely nothing, he says. There's a chance of a second kill for Crucial. One that is not realized, and that's going to be another convincing finish there. 3D Max, it's another B attempt, and they don't even get past the ramp itself. So that's full eco territory now for Into the Breach. 3D Max off to a flying start.
Surely we got to chalk that up to, again, the aggressive game plan that Into the Breach you've come into this second day with. Just saying, you know what, let's try and see if we can really shock them at the start of it. Maybe they're not expecting to Tech-9s. And to be honest, I mean, all it takes is one good kill on that B bomb site and everything is opened up. But they never really got it until it was way too late. So slowed down instead and slaughtered on the ramp. That's what you get. Technical pause coming into this one, Henry. So
yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of issues out there right now. Good to get them out of the way early so we don't have to deal with it going forward just as we get to the meat and potatoes of the game itself. But looks like we are ready to get underway momentarily. Thank you for staying with us. Day 2 here. PGL Major, the road to Copenhagen. This is the 0-2 pool. Lose the series, yeah, going home. You're not making it to Denmark. And for now, it's full eco, pretty much for Into the Breach. A couple of upgraded pistols, but of course no Kevlar, no utility, as they wait for some aggressive CTs to present themselves. But it's going through the standard defensive protocols here. Nice grenade towards Rallen. Takes him down to 5 points of health. That's pretty much his round nullified.
Think of it, first major in Denmark. How crazy is that?
I never thought about it, but yeah, you're right.
And the first CS2 major. Like, there's a lot of history to be written for making it there. Like,
and a familiar venue as well, the Royal Arena.
Yeah,
we know it's pretty lit in there.
Yeah, it's been, you know, there are definitely fans that are used to warming those seats, and are gonna want to make a return in there.
Well, we had a couple of Danes sent packing in the previous series, and IP won't be making of S-Tag and Config. That is a shame, of course, just given that fact, like that they'd love to play in the home city.
No question
Like,
about
not
it.
even the home country. That's where those boys are living. Like, it's heartbreaking for them. All jokes aside, I know we like to beat on them a little bit, but yeah.
I don't think we're wrong for doing that, but it's true. Like, there is obviously the human element right behind it, which is super, super devastating. This is what you've been fighting for. And it's what ITV and 3D Max are currently fighting for at the moment here. Doing a great job cleaning up this round. Don't lose anyone you don't need to here. Only lucky to go down. It's a really solid start. They're building the money. They've really denied some of the early aggression out of into the breach. Fourth round, it's going to be AKs picked up finally, and even crucial on that AWP.
Yeah, T-side AWP. And speaking of T-side, it's certainly...
They have 3 kills, Henry.
Oh, in total?
Yeah.
Who's got him? Masuta and Crucial. So, yeah, does allow him to get the AWP, but he's got no helmet against the M4s. That could come back to haunt him. We've got quick smokes, I think, towards the double doors deployed from CT spawn. It's actually in towards the B lane, denying the access towards the cave itself. So, into the breach, going to go for maybe a contact play towards a execution potential there. You can see Thomas has got a reservoir of utilities. Deploying one now towards Donut. Smoking towards CT spawn. They're going to peel away, though. Being smoked out themselves, so they feel like, well, we've been rumbled here. That's a perfect response. We're not just going to run through the smoke. We'll call it off. And they've lost a lot of territory doing this.
And a lot of grenades, right? You land some of those nades down to try and get onto the site, and you get denied. You have to go back and slow it down once again. Some good damage, though, this time. And Haji going to get a little bit overwhelmed in that position. See if Lucky can make up for it. He's got 2 bullets, yeah. Try and fall back, see if you can find a way. Djoko is just pushing forward, trying to swap out the weapons. Oh, if he'd had more bullets, maybe he'd have won that fight as well. 2 versus 2, it's not done yet. The bomb is actually towards the donut position right now. Lucky, he's running into the flames. That is so risky. He almost died doing that, but look who's here. Right position. He maybe could have had the kill, and it's going to be Lucky on the other side. They'll combine. They'll win that 2v2. Lucky with the triple. A huge round for 3D Max.
It's a little bit dicey, isn't it? But they get it done. Lucky running the gauntlet through the flames and somehow lives to tell the tale. But tactical pause for Into the Breach. Things starting to go a little bit wrong for them. They're playing as a tight pack. It's their usual style. They're just not winning on the duels right now. Into the Breach are being tested by 3D Max to the absolute limits of their abilities. Some scrappy rounds, some missed shots, some awkward moments on either side, but it is 3D Max holding it together as they post a 4-0 start here on the CT side of Ancient, their opponent's pick. And as mentioned, it's the first tactical timeout for Into the Breach. We'll see if they can bounce back here. There might be a maximum loss bonus at the very least. That's $3,400, but the bomb is not being planted whatsoever. So partial buy here, Anders. We've got Mac 10s, Galils. You'd expect more set-piece gameplay here. Maybe to go back to that A execution again. We saw Thomas as the one to deploy the utility. The thing is, once that smoke goes down to the entrance, it's pretty much a done deal. You'd have to have a popper yourself with the HE and run through. And we'll see if they just want to try their luck again on that side of the map. So double smoke towards the mid area. They smoked off Cave and Red Room. So it looks like they'll be jostling for mid control. They've managed to get past the first incendiary at the very least. It's Rallen who's having a rough time in his B doors. He's getting absolutely rocked by the grenades time and time again. Crucial. Using the timing, the sound cue of the grenade to find himself at least the opening frag. There's going to be a rifle available to him now.
Great sense of a moment of weakness there. You're absolutely right. He knows that grenade is coming around the corner and he just wants to press that issue a little bit. Rallen, that's where the smoke is actually finding the kill against Djoko, so that's not too bad.
Here we go.
3 versus 5. There's a real chance at it, but Exercise still near the bomb side. Marcus started to show up as well. Crucial's going to get the shot on Haji. He was towards CT spawn, but this round is not done yet. 2 versus 3. Oh, and look at them finding the kills. That's the bomb now lost on the site, and we're right back into a 2-on-2.
Powerful smoke deployed zone right as well. Thomas is actually in front of it. That might be enough here to secure a kill. Maka is none the wiser. Thomas back towards default. Bear in mind, Maka is half HP as well, behind Big Box. Thomas seems to have all the information he needs to take him down. That should be a guaranteed frag, Anders. He hasn't connected it. Now that could cost him the round. Exercise stretching his legs towards middle, but Thomas will detect him, and that should be enough to find Into the Breach there first. I don't think Maka will go for this, considering he's on 5 points of health in a 2 versus 1. The bomb presumably planted a B momentarily.
I think that caught Thomas right between making a run for it with the bomb and Maka just stepping out. That could have been really awkward. He might still be found. You could tell Rowland is right around the corner, hearing the footsteps, no doubt about it, but actually kind of getting lured into it. Yeah, getting tricked by the footsteps. Great work from Maka. That's what you want to see. He's quite far away from anything here, so I don't know if it's going to be worth running for it. Don't know if he has a kit either. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, pick one up right there. But other than that, yeah, it's just too far away. If he had the kit from the start, maybe. But either way, first round for Into the Breach. Not as good as it could have been. They had a 5-on-3 at one point, so they gave up a couple of more rifles than you'd like to see, which is going to make their job a lot more tricky going forward. Thomas running away from the blast zone here, which is quite far on the map. And hiding right next to Marker, whether they knows it or not. Yeah, they're not going to be fighting each other at the end. But finally, they're on the map. And it is their map pick as well Into the Breach here, so you want to see them early on.
Money becomes a question mark here, but it looks to be absolutely fine on the CT side. This is Crucial's efforts to crack things open towards Donut. Bear in mind, this is a partial buy victory. We had Galil's, Mac-10s, Tech-9s, and the Flying Dutchman, as we call him, managing to open things up there and get Into the Breach on the board. Round 6 here. We'll see if they can continue with their winning ways. Even after a victory there, you can see they're fully invested on the T side. Thomas has the most with $4,300. And this is looking quite nice for 3D Max. They're no stranger to the B ramp here. Djoko's had a great game so far. 8-2, a couple of hat-tricks in the mix. He's been rock solid on that side of the map. And for now, Rallen at least is out of the double doors, Anders. That's been a real problem for him.
It has. And actually quite a powerful position. If they'd kept on going there, they might have been surprised by that. Playing around the smoke. They're going to come back and take a look. He's got the grenade in hand. It's so risky. Haji, good shot and lucky. Managed to get the spray on Thomas coming through, and now Djoko's going to be slinking in on the other side just in time, but Masut is able to land the headshot. That is so close with the smoke down on top. It should have been working out for Djoko, I feel like.
He gets dinked in the process, which makes him obviously a lot less dangerous, but we'll take the 3-on-3. Might have to come down to Crucial once again. He's got that orb still. In terms of utility, still with a couple Molotovs and a single smoke that'll make their way in towards the A site. Ideally, smoke down CT spawn, Molotov at default, and or patrolling Temple where the players make their way up. Donut's going to be a real problem for them, though. Exercise is there. It's such a powerful position, especially if no vision is denied. So where do they throw the smoke? Is it CT spawn? Or the more beneficial spot right now would be in towards Donut, but I'd say you've already opted for the former first. We'll see. Giving up their position now. That smoke is being deployed in CT. It's all down to this Donut position.
Yeah, that might be a really big issue. 16 seconds on the clock. They're going to go for a bit of a swing. The bomb now being denied. Another couple of kills coming through here in Exercise. He couldn't handle that any better. They definitely, I think you painted the perfect picture. They needed the smoke the other side. Not that they could have known it,
exactly.
But that really hurts.
The default is you're going to be smoking CT spawn. That's your first protocol. You've only got one smoke left. If you had two, of course, you'd throw it towards Donut as well. They just didn't have the resources there. Molotov to that position doesn't do anything for you. They still have vision, of course. They're going to be playing passively in towards that Donut. And Exercise, yeah, playing it to perfection, limbering up, and finds himself 3 very important kills. Shuts down the finances for Into the Breach as they start to spiral here on the T side of their map choice. Tactical pause for 3D Max this time. Maybe just wanted to work out the financial situation. Bear in mind, Into the Breach won with a partial buy, so you can't guarantee they're down to an eco right now. The money's going to be in a strange spot. For now, they've opted for a partial investment. Doesn't seem to be much in terms of Kevlar out there. We'll see if they want to invest more. I think I saw a couple more pieces come in. But yeah, I need to start waking up, boys. This one is getting out of control. Seems in terms of the individual duels, 3D Max have woken up.
Yeah, and they must have had a pretty serious conversation between the two maps here. You know, like they really got rumbled at the start of Inferno. I don't think they were ready for the pace that Into the Breach was setting, but they definitely have been now. You could see even the force up in the second round with the Tech-9s. 3D Max just, they saw it coming. They were far back. They had the grenades ready. They're not going to get shocked the same way twice. That's encouraging. That makes me a little bit excited because it would have been sad to see 3D Max just never arrive in such a crucial game. Facing elimination here for both these teams. With Into the Breach having done hardly anything. At least 3D Max on their first 2 openings. They were 13-8, 13-8. They got some rounds on board for their first best of 1, 3D Max, but Into the Breach, the first time we've seen them do anything at the RMR, and it needs to continue. It can't just be the one map on Inferno.
Young Joey taken down by Maka, but Pyjamas will respond in kind. Back and forth we go. Exercise will maintain the man advantage here, but he is pinned in towards Donut. Lovely flash to avert the cross set of Pyjamas. Makes things very uncomfortable for him. This partial buy is unraveling at the seams as 3D Max continue. An almost perfect streak here. Only one round is going to rise so far. That was against the Tech9s and Galils. These 4 buys have yet to come to fruition. We're into the breach. You can see the first map was Inferno, 13-3, picked by 3D Max, but dishing out even more brutal punishment in response. Back up. This is up against Joey. It's a long old replay. There it is.
What a great position to have right now. Exercise playing, I think he's 11-3. If you're anchoring that donut position and you're having such a hot game, think of how much you're defending towards middle, towards the A-bomb side. It's such a dynamic position.
Here we go. Ryland's had enough. They're playing too cagey right now.
Okay,
I think they're going back into their old ways, what we saw on day one. Let's just stop mixing things up. Let's get more fluid with the counter-strike here. Let's try and find some kills, force the issue. Disrespect their utility at the start. Don't let them have full control. That's more like it, Ryland. Behind enemy lines, Djoko didn't see it coming. There's still a player towards the B lanes, and that's Hadji, but they've lost control of the B side entirely. That's more like it. That's the kind of style we expected from into the breach after the performance in Inferno. Ryland gets in front of the utility, walks through, and they had no idea. Guaranteed round of 1 frag.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, especially with Vars lingering around in the back here. Hadji's still playing for a couple of kills because his teammates, they're really far away. They're not going to try and go for this round. Just going to try and see if they can make it really expensive, maybe punish the T side. Get a couple of more rifles away from them. Yeah, what a play. Bralin on 2 kills so far. One of them in this round, but that absolutely opened up everything. Says a lot. Maka goes down, but Hadji is still being a bit of a menace right here. They finally get rid of him, but it's cost them quite a bit, right? 3 rifles lost in this one. 3D Max, they only get to save 1.
Their money should be okay for 1 more buy, I believe. I'm not on the Source 2 TV today, so you're going to have to bear with my speculation. But yeah, I feel like they've got 1 more, at least a buy in reserve, considering they saved the rifle. Yeah, with the AK especially, it looks like they're pretty healthy. Back up, setting the shots he has to right now.
Not on the Source, Henry.
Apparently not. But Hadji, he at least caused some damage here. He kept them very modest. You can see after winning the previous round, Thomas operating with the Galil. This is an incredibly important round. I just noticed that the HUD shows you when they're expending bullets. Like Lucky just spent like 25 bullets and it drains.
It drains
That's
it down.
pretty cool.
We've got the...
Never noticed that.
Got real technology here.
Scientists have been working hard.
It's pretty sick. I do like it, actually. You can still see the actual bullet count in the middle, obviously, for wherever you're watching, so you're not really losing anything. Nice grenade. It's actually one hell of a dunk that landed on 3 people who were a little bit timid in the middle. They were all grouped up next to the wall, and now they're dropped low enough that it makes a difference. Look at the positioning for Djoko once again. He's so hard to get rid of out there. It should give them more space to rotate people towards the A-bomb side, which it already has. They've got 2 people here, which is more than you normally would have. Exercise playing it real close. Again, he's kind of been the anchor for this site, and it's been doing a great job so far. They don't have many grenades on the CT. We're no grenades on the CT side. That's a bit of a disadvantage. Exercise. Oh my god, he's still going. A couple of great kills lining up for Maka. He could have had 2 of his own. Only 40 seconds here, and they are dropped very low on that T side.
Scrambling to get anything going here. Thomas is found for the smoke eventually. They know exactly where he is by the sound cue given away by that plant. And Joey, back in his heyday, known to win a clutch or 2. We'll see if he can step up. Oh, he's got himself a decent position. First kill. If he gets that one, maybe he's onto something. They're not defusing the bomb just yet. And down he goes. Fun little tidbit for you, Anders. Crucial went to his first ever LAN with me. Henry G, back in the day, about 10 years ago.
10 years ago, Henry.
Yeah, I think it was in 2014. So yeah, actually 10 years ago. So he was like 16 years old, and we had to get like written permission from his parents to play with us. He came to the UK, we came 2nd place, the team didn't last, but he was like a young prodigy then. Great to see him finding success after all this time at the Paris Major, getting his stamp on the game.
Yes.
His sticker, and what a major to do with that as well. That was the money-making major. So
it kind of blows me away when I think about it. Sometimes I'll run into people as well who, you know, at events and they're like, yeah, I've been watching this since I was 12, and now, you know, I'm 22 and I'm here. I'm like,
they got it. That's weird, isn't it? Because when people say that to me in real life, it's like, bro, that's a kind of big part of your childhood.
Yeah,
then, if you watch a lot of Counter-Strike tournaments from that 10-year period, you've grown up listening to us. So I get it when people are sometimes a little bit starstruck or don't know how to act when they speak to us, because
it's
I'm
surreal.
I'm just a commentator, but it's like, yeah, you kind of grew up listening to us. I suppose
you forget about it completely, don't you? But yeah, it's good. It's good to have people around who've been playing the game for a long, long time. Young Crucial. Now he's really made it.
He really has.
Struggling though, I mean, to continue on, right? You want to see him have some success. They did on the first map, but this second map has been a really big problem here. 7-2 the scoreline, 3D Max on the other side of things. They've really come alive. Exercise playing his heart out at the moment. And he's got some teammates with him to back him up.
Lovely boost from Maka. Perfect time to deploy it after a tactical timeout. Going to be gifted the opportunity to find a kill, but lots of damage inflicted with the HEs towards that boost. Djoko and Maka, the walking wounded, but Rallen is dead. They're coming to life now. 3D Max have a 5 versus 3, and they locked them out of the bomb site with a nice smoke as well. I think that's round done.
It should be.
It's down to Pyjamas. If you can find a couple of these low HP players, maybe he's onto something. There's a lick of damage towards Djoko, but nowhere near enough to dissuade him from the bomb site. Nice defensive utility once again for 3D Max, just as it looks like they have an opening. The smoke locks them out of the bomb site. They've got 4 CTs here now. Still with Lucky over towards Donut. He's got full information towards the A side of the map and indeed middle. And I don't know if they can do anything with this. You might as well go for it, I suppose. It's 40 seconds. You're not going to save. It's down to Thomas, who has looked incredibly sharp here in the series in general. Inferno, he was the MVP for me. Good flash. Might give him a chance to find at least one. More and more damage being inflicted. Could someone find a bloody kill?
Yeah, they've certainly done enough to soften it up. There's Pyjamas with the first one. The Galil, low on health there was Djoko. It's Thomas. They line up for him, and it couldn't have been any better, but still not really done with. You can't keep fighting out in the open. It's 1 versus 1. Lucky versus Pyjamas. And he just has to hide for it here. The bomb's already planted. Just play a little bit for time, and you should be able to do it. Smoke on the one side. Lucky, you could tell from that smoke. He's got no idea where to look for Pyjamas at all. Shot in the back and into the breach. A crucial round. They had to win.
A 5-on-3.
Yeah.
Slipping by the wayside there for 3D Max. Fair enough, though. We did see that the damage that was inflicted early on was very difficult to recover. They had the full read on the situation. They knew exactly what Into the Breach were up to. We said Thomas, who was looking great on Inferno, was yet to really leave his mark here on Ancient, and he steps up finally for Into the Breach. Fantastic double kill. Comes down to the 1v1, as you mentioned, though. Lucky had 0 information. He knows that's a massive round. The money has been tight on the CT side, and they might have to eco here for the final round. Yeah, indeed. Look, they are absolutely busted. So they had, what, 3,500 on 3, 1,800 on a couple.
Yeah.
So it will be a tactical timeout for 3D Max. Do they take the eco or a partial buy here? Do they go all in? There's 1 round of play up next.
There's no big decision.
There's no real correct answer here. It's more like pick your poison. Like, where do you feel like your team can thrive? Are you better off with lesser weaponries, pocket strats, or do you want to have absolutely everything to guarantee success and run all of your main moves here at the RMR?
I feel like it's quite risky, though, because if this turns into a couple of more rounds here for Into the Breach, it could be very successful, right? If it's a 7 to 5 half,
they've gone for it.
They've actually forced it up. I kind of like it. I mean, it means they could put an end to the map really quickly if they win this one, but if it fails, they've opened themselves up for a completely different adventure. God, a mid presence. 4 people. There's absolutely nobody on the B bomb side. For once, the door is open. It's through the smoke as Rallen will pick up Maka, and they're actually bumping into each other. Nobody can move. Djoko just standing right in front. Rallen to mow them down. And it might be all over here. Lucky and Exercise. Yeah, shot in the back. There's nothing they could do. Oh, they risked it all, Henry, and they're coming up short.
It was a cool idea. You could see exactly what they're going for. The CT smoke down towards the top of the ledge, allowing the CTs to get 3 players in position. Then a nice flashbang. They dropped it down, and they were hoping to swing just as the smoke was dissipating. Unfortunately, though, no one called by the flash. Rallen gets himself a hat trick here, make it a quad kill. And that's more like it. Into the Breach should be good for 5 here. I say should with bated breath. You never know, as there will be some cash, of course, $2,000 on average per player. But the final round coming up next. Into the Breach have come to life here in the second.
This is a classic CS2 experience, isn't it? Where you're quite far ahead, you've got quite a huge buffer of rounds, but you slip one time and it just comes back to haunt you almost immediately. That 3-on-5 is going to be the real inflection point here in the first half, where 3D Max, they could end up looking back on it and saying, my God, if we had won that 3v5, then we have the money, we don't have to go for that force-up, and then suddenly we're in this position where it could be a 7-5 scoreline. That's pretty devastating. They are flashing their way out, pushing outside of the B bomb site. We'll see if Rallen, he goes down, but that should be a huge sign that almost everyone is there. So yeah, they're going to react immediately. Great move here from Into the Breach. No delay in making this call, just immediately taking the other side of the map, and they're going to get the bombs planted, no doubt. Marker is going to be walking through, but yeah, that's being held. I don't see them retaking this room and getting close to it, really. Stepping on the grenade there, Haji comes powering through. It's a strong kill on Thomas. That's impressive. Getting a little bit more than I was expecting, but
oh dear! Touchdown, baby! As Masuta should have done enough here. Djoko has got nothing. Another Molotov. At least it doesn't land. Flashbang certainly does, though. Oh, he's actually got a kill? No.
Oh, no. Here's the 10 seconds. They're going to find him. I was getting scared.
Maybe there was a chance if he had the kit, but no. It is Into the Breach, posting 3 rounds in a row. Course correction is deployed, as it looked like they were actually spiraling at one stage here on their T-side campaign, but you could see it again, that adjustment. They realized they were being too tentative on the T-side. They're being locked out with the utility. They're respecting their opponents too much. This is the team that needs to be disrespectful. They need to get in your face more ways than one, especially with the HE grenades, it seems. Nice double kill from Masuta to close things out. But yeah, once they found that confidence again, I think Thomas realized we need to get in their faces. We need to play unpredictable Counter-Strike and make them uncomfortable. And that's exactly what came through Rallen's play, especially walking at that B ramp and punishing. Really opened the door of opportunity for Into the Breach on this second map. They're now back in the driving seat here. Momentum on their side of the server. Sure, they're 7-5 down, but one pistol can change everything here, as we see Crucial limbering up, getting ready for this second half. He's had a pretty decent showing here, actually. After the major, like we haven't really, well, the Paris major, I should say, we haven't really seen this team too much. They lost some of their most valuable pieces. They lost their British identity. Now kind of rebuilding with some names of days gone by, like Masuta and Pyjamas from previous teams. But yeah, they've turned up to play today. Much better. Map under their belts, looking to avoid last place here at the RMR. Djoko to be tested. Passes with flying colours, at least for the first. Rallen, those dualies, though, does a ton of damage. How does Lucky not go down in the flames? They've got the man advantage and at least the plant as well. Looking good for 3D Max.
Yes, it is. Critical pistol round coming out from them, no doubt. I think the French are hungry to get back on track here. They lost their way a little bit, losing that 3-5 in the first half. That really had a massive impact, but we'll see if they can make up for it here. Bit of a swing. Haji does go down. Marcus hitting every shot at the moment, and they will clean it up. Not even close to a defuse in this one. 3D Max setting themselves up quite nicely to try and play a third map. Would be on Anubis if we get there.
It would indeed. Bit of Anubis. And yeah, considering the circumstances, the gravitas attached to this game, I feel like a third map is justified here. 3D Max might have done enough here with that pistol.
Elimination game. Like you want to see them really fight for it.
Absolutely true. So Into the Breach. Gotta let this one go. Take the full eco. It's gonna be 9-5. Can't see any world where this one falls apart. The 3D Max are up against USPs and a P250.
You think we're going to see the same kind of shenanigans that we saw in Inferno when they're on the CT side? Are they going to try and go aggressive here?
I hope it, like that's the game plan going forward. The problem is now you're going to have a lack of resources in that first gun round. To be aggressive like that on especially on Ancient, you need to have a double incendiary, smoke on double doors, smoke at heaven, and you want to be boosting up. And like it's difficult to have all your maneuvers with bare bones in terms of the grenades. But to answer your question, yes, I think that's what the game plan will be. They'll be trying to sabotage their opposition, getting in their grills, making sure it's uncomfortable as possible. But for now, these are the sort of rounds where you're just trying to bleed out some utility on the T side, make them uncomfortable if possible. You can hear Dinko going mental in the other room. What's going on in the A stream? Let's have a look. Apologies for him.
Some thin walls here, so yeah, every once in a while.
So Virtus.pro against Na'Vi on the A stream. That's a 2-0 game. Virtus.pro on the first map, 13-9. And now we're on the second, where Virtus.pro are up 7-6. So looking to book themselves the next spot next to G2 over in Copenhagen.
They have so much to prove, Virtus.pro, considering what happened at the Paris RMR, where they didn't make it through. Disastrous after winning in Rio. So, you know, one of the biggest fiascos we've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, bear in mind,
couldn't defend their major title.
In terms of this RMR, this is just Group A, 16 teams. Yeah. We've got Group B as well, another 16 teams happening next week. So
we'll do it all over again.
We've got to do it all over again. I can't wait.
9-5. 3D Max are making a great case for themselves. I'm really excited. Lucky, you mentioned him at the start as someone to really look for. He's 15-5 right now. Exercise maybe a little bit of the surprise for this particular map. Playing extremely well over at the donut position on the CT side and continue to do well here in the second half.
Yeah, he's out there stretching his legs, that's for sure. See if they can continue with this bit of a bonus round situation, Anders. We've got Galils and Mac-10s here, 5 players, set piece in towards the B bomb side. It's down to Rallen, who doesn't have the cleanest of sprays. Only good for the one. I don't think Thomas will get much more than that either. Advantage for 3D Max, considering they've got that lesser. In terms of firepower, they should be absolutely fine to get the bomb planted, but can they hold on to it?
Big question, isn't it? Trade comes in, Exercise got rid of, and now it's all a knockout out in the open. He needed a straight headshot. It's so close. Look at the health there on Pyjamas.
If anything, Anders, you consider that a slight victory for 3D Max. Sure, they didn't win the round, but the fact they just ended it with Galils, Mac-10s, and yeah, they give it up into the breach there with 1 player surviving. Their money is so low. They get $3,500 by winning by virtual defuse. So that's all they'll have. So Pyjamas can drop an M4, maybe an MP9, but this is the all-important round. They give this one up, they'll be reset. They'll be in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
It's a good round to win, of course, but the fact it was so close, I think 3D Max will be happy with that. They get a full buy going forward now. Their money is looking very strong. There he is. That's the stare of death. Still looks happy. They picked up their first round on the CT side. It might need a tactical timeout, honestly. It's one of those rounds that are so compromised.
Yes.
And there's so much weight behind this upcoming round. It's like do or die. If you lose this one, it might be a guaranteed third.
Hugely important. You're absolutely right. Pivotal for what is to come.
So it was a timeout. I'm not sure if it was tactical or not.
Look at what they're able to buy here. FAMAS, MP9.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, if you can take a tactical timeout, this is the time to do it. This might... Okay, so it is technical. That confirms it. To answer your question from earlier, this is maybe the kind of round you want to be super aggressive and try and get on the front lines there.
Yeah, I think they were trying in the last round, but they were aggressive in the middle. And obviously, when they execute into the B bomb side, it's kind of all for nothing. Rallen was the only one that was nearby, so I think they were still trying for it. Maybe they'll do it again. Think about it, if you're 3D Max here, you can sort of feel the third map coming. If anything slips up here, it's your chance to qualify for the major, to slip out into the water, right? Like, it's done. So, yeah, I'm sure for 3D Max, they're probably excited about the fact that this map has been working out a lot better than Inferno did. But that fear is not that far away. Not a lot has to go wrong for the excitement and the energy to turn into worry and doubt and fear. That's right around the corner. Qualifying for the first CS2 Major. I don't think you can think of anything better if you're a professional player at this level. 3-round gap between the two teams here. Ooh.
Nice grenades.
Oh, damn. That is a lot.
AWP and Maka, though. Running the gauntlet. Takes significant damage. Very powerful smoke. That nullifies his efforts for now. Rallen, 1 step ahead of the curve. Lucky has at least established some basic mid-control now. Sits behind the boost box. Calling for some backup here. The bomb's down in T-spawn, so don't expect anything just yet. Maka waiting for any sort of response here from the CTs. They smoke off donut. Maybe an A split here through CT spawn, but like I said, the bomb is in a pretty awkward position. It can be recovered by Maka. He's got the AWP, so they'll see what kind of territory they can establish first.
Still enough time left, but it is a bit worrisome to see the bomb that far back. Exercise not making any headway over towards the A side of the map either. Maka's still just holding it. We're down to 45 seconds. Now he's going to go pick up the bomb, but Lucky's been found in the middle. There's a bit of a disaster here. Djoko, good headshot, but he is immediately traded. That's the FAMAS at range, actually. Winning that fight, that's rare.
Every kill is so important right now, Anders.
Yeah.
It's on a knife's edge, this game. Into the breach, have to win this round. Otherwise, it might be GG, and it's Masuta that gives himself up. He's got himself a couple of frags in this round, but will it be enough? There's still a fighting chance here for Haji. Making his way out towards this A side of the map. Rallen, if he can get the double kill now, it'll alleviate a lot of pressure. 15 seconds! A chance of the no-scope there, not quite realized. And there it is, into the breach, win the all-important round. They post 7, and completely destroy the finances of 3D Max here, averaging $2,000 per player. You can buy in the next round with the, is it $1,900 lost bonus I think they've got. So yeah, they'll be able to buy AKs, armor. So this is like full eco territory. As you saw, running the gauntlet through the utility, Masuta, some very important kills here. They had that AK-47 recovered. They trade out. There was a chance of a plant here, but Thomas leaps at the chance to shut it down. Smile starting to appear once again. We're into the breach. So, as mentioned, should be the full eco. I don't expect anything else here, but we're paused once again.
I'm not trying to blame them. I understand the decision they made, but that force up after the 3v5 loss, it started to feel like it can really come back to haunt them. Like, it's made a huge difference for Into the Breach. Just getting the couple of extra rounds right at the end of the first half, and now they're winning some critical rounds here. Second half, they're starting to get warmed up, and you can tell a little bit more confidence, a little bit more pep in their step. 3D Max, they need to recover that energy right now. They don't have a lot of time to do this with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'll see if they can rally the troops behind this one. Just waiting for the game to resume.
Let's have a look at the schedule, my little iPad here, Anders. Let's see what we've got else on the B stream today.
I think this is the last game, isn't it, today?
Is
I want to say. I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, you might be right.
I believe that's the case. We're
That's
all
great.
clear.
Can you believe it?
Listen.
I was ready for like to burn some midnight oil.
You were ready for it. Well, I hate to disappoint you, Henry. You know that, but...
Damn, okay.
We do have enough Counter-Strike in the coming days, so we'll
I've
get
maybe
there.
only got 2 more hours of Anders time today.
Yeah, a couple of hours, unless we'll play some Counter-Strike later, maybe, you know.
Dude, you've been missing out.
I might join.
You should. It's actually like some of the most tragic but fun games I've ever been part of. Like, it really
That's my
is.
vibe, you know.
It's like this calamity personified. Like, it's so fun. Like, I'm enjoying myself at that. So is Thomas. He's had a great showing, but I think he goes down. He has been known to overstep the mark a couple of times, but oh dear. Choo-choo, baby. Thomas, the tank engine, will mow them down, and it's going to be a convincing finisher. That was a full eco, but they don't give much away at all. They recover the AK-47 as well. 8-9, a one-round game, and I don't think Maka can afford the AWP, so going to be some concessions going forward. Thomas handles it well. If they get the bomb planted there, it's actually kind of a big deal. It means they probably can get the orb, everything they need going forward. They've denied it and only given up 1 frag. It's looking good for Into the Breach. They're establishing their own finances, but not to an amazing extent. They've maybe got 1 buy left in the tank if they lose this follow-up round of all 5 going down. And we'll see if they can tie things up right here. Smoke towards double doors. You'll see a lot of that. The exchange of utility to start, trying to deny access towards the cave. And Rallen going for those spams. Nothing quite connecting just yet. And Maka is going for a bit of a Rallen maneuver here. Running at the ramp itself, and crucial, he is in a very uncomfortable spot.
Yes, but a little bit of a spray down potential. Thomas, he can't finish it off. Molotov around the corner, but still the smoke. Haji, that's the headshot they were looking for. That's going to seal the round. It doesn't look like it because it's a 2-on-4 now, but that round was on a knife's edge. If Thomas picks up the double, or if Crucial sticks around and just has his aim trained on the ramp, I think everything changes. They have a chance to get that one. That's not the first time that 3D Max have just walked up the ramp, and for Into the Breach, there's something that they're going to have to talk about, right? They have to have a conversation about that ramp and keeping either a smoke down or your eyes on it. They can't really look away from it any longer because 3D Max are really, really good at exploiting just the naked walk up.
Well, we said if they can save a weapon or 2, there is a buy.
Yes.
To bring to the table, but they had to save at least 2 guns. They're at least doing that. Masuta and Pyjamas hold strong with 100 HP here. I don't see anyone chasing them, so 3D Max back to their winning ways, trying to take us all the way to Anubis, if possible. We'll see if they can crack the code. Bounce back from an absolute walloping they received on Inferno. Didn't turn up whatsoever, but that can happen. That's why people don't love best of ones, I suppose, because sometimes a team can just get absolutely wrecked on one map and then bounce back and win their opponents and just shake the nerves off, realize, okay, we really shouldn't do that anymore. We've learned from these mistakes now. We know sometimes we can have these problems with our team. We need to step up. Like, let's get the wake-up call. But yeah, so far so good. Double digits for 3D Max, and as mentioned, have a very important round here. Into the Breach do have a jumble sale purchase, MP9s, AKs, M4s. Not bad utility. They had to save those 2 weapons, so good damage as they kick things off here in round number 19. Maka and Lucky Or should they Mako and Djoko down to about half?
Again, that ramp, no one's looking at it. There's no grenades down. They're just walking straight up. The round is won already. There's nothing that Into the Reach could do at the moment. Misuta's getting good headshots, but oh, the bomb is really far away. That's very weird. Why is it back there?
So the fact the bombs are planted, yeah, does make things a little bit spicier. They're going to spawn. They've actually got a bit of time to work with here. They can find one straggler en route, which doesn't look to be possible. Like, there's a chance. The bomb's just been planted. Start the clock. And, well, maybe stop it there, because there'll be no chance Misuta can really do much of this. Surprising that he even goes to that challenge. But there we have it. That might be the map in itself, because this is either... It's a tactical pause, almost certainly. $2,000, maybe just more than that on average per player. Yeah, there's tac pause.
Nova shotgun picked up, Henry.
Where?
Rowland picked up. He might have dropped it again, but it's... Did he sell it right away?
Yeah,
did he
might have got the refund.
I was hoping for it. I really think that ramp over at the B bomb site, but that's been on doing at least 3 rounds they've done it.
That seems to be some intel they've got from the demos that Into the Breach don't necessarily have eyes on the prize on that side of the map in the early stages. They've seemed to have, that's twice now they just walked up, helped themselves to Rallen, who was completely blind at the back. And there we have it, 3D Max in the driving seat, at the very least. Anubis looking incredibly good for them. And it will be the purchase. Like as I normally say, it's like there's no correct answer in these sort of circumstances, just down to the coach and in-game leader. Do we have the pocket strat? Do we have an idea of how we can save the day here? We either let it go to map points and take the full eco, or we're going to fight to the bitter end here and force by with MP9s pretty much across the board. 1 Pyjamas for Pyjamas, and Crucial to the 5-7, yeah.
Yeah, fight to the bitter end. I do kind of like it. If they win this round, it'll be a miracle, no question about it. Thomas gets a bit of a start. He'd love to get his fingers on that AK-47, but it's risky to try and go for it. Another MP9 kill.
No way!
Oh, he gets the headshot on Maka as well. Misuta from the donut position. That's everything. Haji and Exercise. I don't think they can easily get this round back. The bomb is lost in the middle. It's going to be really tough to recover this one.
No, but Exercise has done very well. In fact, he's behind enemy lines here. Thomas seems to be somewhat aware, but it's Exercise that outpositions him and finds somewhat of footing here in round number 20. It was a great start, but Into the Breach don't have the firepower to necessarily close out the round. You can see the confidence Exercise has got right now. I don't think Misuta spotted him.
Well,
gonna try and flush him out, and yeah, he'll scramble to the left-hand side. 50 seconds remaining. Still got pretty decent time here. The bomb's down in an awkward spot. Misuta, if he wins this fight, you never know. He doesn't really do any damage, unfortunately. Advantage once again, 3D Max.
I feel like Misuta could have gone into the middle to join his teammates. They're all fighting one at a time. It's very, very awkward. There we go. Grenade and Pyjamas with the kill on Haji, but still, the bomb has been recovered somehow. Exercise looking to see if he can bring his team home. If they win this round, it's done. The map is pretty much over.
He's done well to reposition here. 18 bullets in the magazine. 71 points to FaZe. 2 kills to his name already. Kit not available, at least for now. Comes down to this 1 versus 1. He's done very well, but 15 bullets should be more than enough. Oh, he's toying with them now. If he goes with that jewelry, maybe he loses out. And it will be a fantastic clutch there. Exercise will get a quad kill. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Exactly what was in your mind, too.
No, very, very well played in the 2 versus 1. It was such a difficult round there. Like, sure, they got the opening 2 frags, but you just don't have the range. You don't have the firepower.
Yeah, but Misuta could have gone into the middle to join. There were 3 people there. There's no reason to stick around in Donut. The fact that he's kind of playing against Exercise on his own for a long, long time, I think that was the big problem. Man, what a hard round for them to lose. 12-8 here. And obviously they're going to be forcing whatever they can into the round, as they are 1 away from giving up their own map pick here. Rallen trying to get the shot on over, but Haji picking up a bit of a double kill, making it a lot more likely. 3 versus 5, Crucial practically dead. Shot at the back, but he's still able to pick up 2 kills. I have no idea how. The 5-7 coming out on top. He should be dead right now.
Should be, but he lives on. The chips are down. Everything on the line for either of these 2 teams on the 0-2 pull into the breach, looking to replicate the magic from the Paris Major, but Crucial. Face full of Mac 10. Djoko takes care of him. 3 versus 2 for the map. Down to Pyjamas and Masuta. Of course, no bomb planted just yet. They're in the right place. Sound cues, though. Masuta knows he needs at least a kill. Stand a chance.
Great timing for Lucky. Just as the smoke was going up, it leaves Pyjamas. They're going to take their time, set up the smoke, set up the Molotov, make absolutely sure there's not going to be a random kill. And actually, that even burns into the corner. So they know exactly where he is. They have all the information. I don't think you can win this 1 versus 3. You needed the element of surprise to get an early kill. Even with the damage through the smoke, I just don't think it's going to be quite enough. 3D max on their opponent's map pick here. I mean, definitely summoning some strength. 13-8 as they send us to a third map.
Oh, they absolutely do, in convincing fashion as well. That's more like it. This is what we wanted to see, and it's coming into this series. We didn't want to see blowouts. You and I have casted like, what, 13-3, 13-1s pretty much for our journey at RMR so far. We just casted that in the first map of Inferno as well. Look, that 3D maps were just going to roll over.